my Transformers family, we are back on the 1985 Transformers catalog countdown. I am your host, the 80s Transformers fan. You are watching George Reviews, and today we'll be taking a look at our first deluxe Transformer in this countdown. It is Barrage from 1985 Deluxe Insecticon Wave. Now, just like Shockwave, Barrage does not come from Takara. He comes from Takatu Toys. Most people just tell you Bandai, which would still be correct because Bandai currently holds the rights to this figure. Takatu Toys was having financial trouble, going out of business, and licensed off some of the characters. This is where Transformers actually got their hands on Jetfire, because they were also the creators of the Macross line. And we also got some of what they call more other deluxe figures. We got Rollbuster, Whirl, and of course the other deluxe Insecticons from these guys. And then Bandai acquired the rights and then disputed Hasbro usage of the images on a cartoon. And this is why you didn't see them on a cartoon. This is why you don't see any reissues of these guys. So moving on, Hasbro got these guys, put them in the 1985 toy line, and here he is for our review today. Now, my own personal story for this guy is, as a kid, I did not like these guys. I never had hands on them. I saw them in the stores all the time, and they just didn't look as if they fit the Transformers toy line mold. They just stood out. And as a kid, I could tell that these weren't kin to the other toys. They were similar, they transformed of course, but they weren't like the other toys. And maybe it's because of the color changes that Hasbro chose. It might have worked better if they were Autobots with these colors. But when they were in Takatu Toys, he had a black and gray color deco. But when I saw these guys in the store as a kid, I was like, nah, it's something about them that didn't fit. Then the fact that they weren't on the cartoon kind of turned me off too. I didn't know any kid that had these guys, not a one. I guess that's getting my Transformers story out of the way already. So let's dive into this guy. I want to let you know I do not have the box. I don't even think this guy is complete, which is a bummer. But we're going to move forward with the toy review. Now, Barrage is based on a Japanese rhinoceros beetle, if that isn't obvious already. Let's break down his tech spec, even though I don't have it in hand. And first up is his bio. It says, function, gunner. Nothing left standing means nothing left to chance. Winning is not enough. This Insecticon attacks continuously until the ground is scorched and level. Merciless, cruel. Believes kindness only stirs up hope among the vanquished. Disliked by fellow Decepticons. In insect mode, can shoot non-stop explosive charges from gun mounts. High energy photons from antennas. Flies 15 miles an hour with 400-mile range. Has powerful sonic rifle in robot mode. His strength is a 3. His intelligence is an 8. His speed is a 3. Endurance is a 7. Rank 5. Courage 10. Firepower is a 9. And his skill is an 8. Alright, let's check out Barrage's Beetle mode, Rhinoceros Beetle mode, again later in the video. I'm not really familiar about everything that should or shouldn't be here. I know I'm missing like a sword. I have the gun, but not the sword. And I'm not sure how many stickers he's missing. He has sticker placement here and here. He has a Decepticon logo right here. I believe this Decepticon logo is the smaller logo that goes right here, and whatever kid owned it swapped them out. And the larger one is right there. And I know on this side right here you can see some residue from where these stickers are missing. So I don't know what this guy fully looks like intact. I might order some repro labels, or what is it now? Toy Hacks labels for this guy, get them straightened out. He has a Decepticon rub sign right here, which is activating under the lights. It activates even more as I rub it, which is cool. I mean, that thing looks brand new. You can see his red Beetle eyes. I don't know if Beetles have eyes. So antenna right here. It almost looked like these things would rotate or move. That would have been cool, but it doesn't. It's just a hinge. But this part right here, he has 6 insect legs. He has 6 insect legs going around his body, and he's famous for being very articulated, the most articulated in his insect mode. These legs they're very tight. They rotate At a hinge right there, it's very well hidden, but they rotate right here, and these legs are very tight, and you can tell why. If you look on eBay and you search for this guy, you'll find a lot of broken legs on these toys. A lot of broken legs. I think he's notorious for it. And under here, he has articulated legs. They move front and back at this hinge connected to the die-cast part under here, and they move side to side, so you can get them on the sides of the Beetle like this. I guess this gives them a more proper stance, but I had a little bit more trouble standing them up and lining up the legs, putting all the legs out to the side, so I just kind of had them front a little bit. I think it works both ways, but I believe they're supposed to be cocked to the side. And like when you move them, you can just tell these things are ready to break. And again, a whole lot of articulation in the Beetle legs. Takatu Toys wasn't playing around when they made this thing. They are very serious about their Beetle mode. Turntable, because these Beetles have wings, his little shell or whatever this thing wings up, they come up like this, which is awesome. It was something I did not expect when I bought this toy. I never knew about it. They don't just come up, but they like raise up, so you can like get some flapping going on, like, and I think that is so cool. And it rocks side to side. That is a lot of articulation in Beetle mode. Barrage also has 2 articulation points in his antenna right here at the, I guess, the neck. Right here, it comes up here, and it actually sort of locks, and he has articulation right here. Is this the nose, forehead antenna thing, and you can bring it up here. And I'm not exactly sure, does the actual Beetle do this or whatever? Maybe it scoops and pushes dung or something with it. I don't know. Don't give me the line. Alright, so now to get this guy transformed. And I've only done this a couple times, like I stated, and just got to be careful with it. So rotate these back around to the front, and these little joints are stiff. You know exactly if this thing breaks, where it's going to break at. Bring the legs down like this. Then we're going to turn them around to us because we need to unhinge this side panel here. Now these legs need to fold straight down like this, and this is tricky too because they're so close, and this joint is so tight. Now these rotate and fold into, wait, we got to fold the feet out, and these insect feet fold into the actual robot feet like this, which is very, very clever. And we are going to come over here and repeat the beat. Fold these down like this, unhinge it, swing it around, and snap that in, and then just get these tucked under nice and neat. Open up these wings. I probably should have did that first. Get it out of the way of the waist. And now get these. So then you rotate the arms out, come over here and repeat the beat. And we got the arms out, and these legs just come down to the front of his chest. Then we bring down this portion to create his chest, and we're not done with the arms. The arms, they slide out and come around. Let's see if I get them around first. Okay, they slide it out for me. Okay. Alright, and we're going to rotate it up and around, and there we go. And a very intricate, detailed transformation. And this comes up, sort of kind of locks, but it stays in place. It doesn't really lock, but it stays in place. And here is his robot mode. This is Barrage's sonic rifle. Has a lot of molding and detail. It's the same green plastic he's made of, and it even has a hole for the trigger right there. If he could, he would put his finger in it, but we can just get it in his hand right here. And again, amazing thing, he can actually reach out past his chest. Arm's a little weak. We get it in his hand and just boop, 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 boop. Oh wait, I forgot this is sci-fi, not the hood. Bam! And you know what? Let's give Barrage the size up and the rundown. First up, joining our Barrage and representing Generation 1 is Bombshell fellow Insecticon and Astro Train fellow Decepticon. Bumping up the scale a little bit, we have French Redfoot Optimus Prime, and representing Megatron is a reissue of the Generation 1 Megatron from the Chronicles. Next up is something a little bit more modern. Here is Transformers Studio Series Grimlock, and representing Masters of the Universe, who else but He-Man 40th Anniversary Masterverse Edition. Lastly, we have G.I. Joe Classified Series Storm Shadow alongside McFarlane's DC Multiverse Batman. Alright fam, this review isn't official till we get this guy marked or checked off our list. Barrage holds, or now holds, I guess always held, the number 8 spot. Moving on. Alright, lastly or second to lastly is buying tips for Generation 1 Barrage. You want to always buy these guys complete, any Transformer. But tip number 1, buy Barrage complete. I don't have the sword, but I got an amazing deal for all 4 of these guys. I got them for 80 bucks. At the time I thought none of them had weapons, but the guy pulled out the weapons for 80 bucks. But I'm missing the sword. Come to find out, this sword that he is missing will go for anywhere between 20 to 40 plus bucks. And if I have seen it for 20, I would have bought it. But in 2 years, I mean, it's like 30 and plus when I see it, and I'm just plus shipping, and I'm like, nah. So never really loved this guy enough to complete him. But eventually, I'm going to get the dang sword, and I'll probably get some stickers. But you want to buy it complete. Secondly, always try to buy loose Transformers at a toy show, so you can pick them up and grab them and take a look. And I do know you kind of spend more money. Some toy shows require parking, payment, entry fee, but to me that's just part of shopping for toys, for vintage toys. And you get in, you can pick up the toy, you can look at it, and you can negotiate. A lot of these guys do not want to take the toys back home with them, and you can get a good deal. You want to watch out for sticker wear. You want to watch out for the insect legs breaking on this guy, because he's notorious for it. Even the horn, whatever it is, I guess it's a horn because that's why you call it rhinoceros beetle. This thing is often broken out. You get on eBay, pull this guy up, you'll see more broken ones than intact, complete ones. I'll tell you that. And sticker wear. Watch out for sticker wear. But sometimes sticker wear lets you know it's a vintage Transformer. But in this case, this guy has no reissue. He has like masterpiece remakes, and third-party toys offer these guys, because there's no Hasbro Takara Masterpiece, but the third-party Masterpiece makers usually make it off a Bombshell, and Bombshell is repainted to look like this guy with the green and the yellow. So no true reissue of this guy whatsoever. No color variants in the Generation 1 toy line. The only other variant is the original Takatu Toys Bandai version of this figure. Okay, now my opinion on the toy as a whole, it is a fantastic action figure considering it's a transforming toy from the 80s. He has hip joints, he has knee joints, has toe articulation. He's articulated at the arm, at the elbow, and at the shoulder. Will rotate for you. His arms stick out past his chest. The wings are articulated in robot mode. All the legs move in multiple points of articulation in insect mode. This Barrage figure can actually sit down on his butt, and I think I can count on my hands how many Generation 1 Transformers can actually pull that off. He is a phenomenal toy. I don't know about the color choices on this guy in that face, but you know, it's sort of a different time and a different culture. So, but as far as a straight up transforming action figure, man, this guy, for that era, he's got to get an 8 out of 10, honestly. He's surprisingly good, actually. I'm not sure if I regret not ever having him as a kid. I don't know. I think my toy box was full. What about you? But that is all I have for Transformers Generation 1 Barrage. I want to thank you all for watching another episode of George Reviews. The reviews where every toy has a story.